I just wanted this thing where a song told a story and it was brief enough to fit in the song, but also the listener, or if you're watching the video, the person watching the video could really just understand the story of someone going through childhood and then going through the turmoil and the end of losing someone.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
Life Past 98 is a song that is very close to my heart, and the reason it's 98 is because I really feel like that's when everything started to sort of progress with myself. I met someone extremely close to myself, who I still know today. I thought that was just like a really good point that I could sort of talk from, instead of, you know, going from when like I first started school or whatever. I just feel like 98 was this year that stapled in my memory. I remember writing the song on the way to, like, I think it was shows. I feel like it was shows, but it could have been a band practice, but it was literally just this one thing where like I knew what I wanted and I just started writing and sort of didn't stop. Kind of like how we did with Rainy Day. It was just this thing where it just constantly just kept going because we knew what we wanted with it. We just wanted a song that sort of progressed down sort of from things that happened in my life, where it was like this happy-go-lucky time of being in school, growing up in like the streets of the Black Country, and then right at the end I wanted this sudden change of tempo, sudden change of emotion and everything, where the worst thing that ever happened to me was losing my dad at 14, and I just wanted that to sort of come across in the song. It just needed to be this dramatic change where no one is sort of expecting it at all, and it just sort of happens, and as it happens it's just like, whoa, where did that come from? And that's kind of how the feeling of it, losing someone, sort of is really. You don't plan it, it sort of happens, and then you just have to deal with it going forward. But I wanted also at the end of the song to come across as though it's like a positive thing, going through all these hardships and turmoil, but then coming back from it and still being the same person, learning from it and even becoming a better person as well. When filming the video for Life Past 98, I think like I knew what I wanted. It was just this really like, it was hard to sort of get everything that I wanted down without confusing the person watching it. I just wanted a white room where this is literally someone's memory. Because when you think of memories that have gone by, you don't remember everything, you just remember certain bits. So the white room with the props, the certain props are, you know, what the person remembered at the time. And I just kind of wanted the progression of these good memories, and then right at the end, the worst one that I can muster up. And then from that point, there's also the end part of Life Past 98, where it's like, even though you've gone through all this hardship and turmoil, you come through on the other side thinking, you know what, actually, you can make it through. You can't. I just kind of wanted to put like a positive twist on the end, because it is quite negative at that point. But, you know, I can't be saying that life has been negative, because it has had these like incredible things that have happened, and I've met these amazing people that have helped me through certain things and whatever. So it would be silly to not include the fact that now I've got to a point that it is good, and even though I've gone through all this crap, you know, I've got through it, and I feel like that's an important message to share to other people that have sort of gone through these horrid things and they don't have anyone to turn to or whatever. It'd be nice for them to listen to this track and go, oh crap, even though all that happened, you know, even like, especially like the actor in the video as well, like you'll see that he says gets the message at the end, and even though he's gone through all this crap that you've seen him go through, he's got that smile on his face as to say he's going to keep going. Do you know what I mean? It was important that we had a father figure in RORY. I think all the actors did an incredible job. I think RORY had a hard time as much as the other guys, but I think a little bit more just because he had to basically see what it was like in the eyes of my father, and I found that insane, like talking to him after and just being like, how that must have felt so odd to sort of almost go through the paces that my dad had to go through, and then all of a sudden have to tell your son such a horrible thing. I think he did a really good job, and it was really important that we got that message across of like how lovely this guy was and how horrible it was to lose him, basically. So working with Matty from CRAWLEY Media is just honestly the most easy, relaxing experience possible. You'd think that it was very like stressful, the fact that you've got a limited time to get what you want, what he wants down in a video. But honestly, he's the most relaxed, chilled individual, and honestly, can see us working with him for all the time to come. I really don't see us working with anyone else, just because of how like our relationships as a band and as individuals, all with him is awesome.
When Rory's sat at the table writing a note out, he has the game next to him as if he's already planned that out. Okay, do you know what I mean? Yeah, so you've got the game there, so then that way when I'm shooting it, I can just get that nice shot then of the game next to him, and it's like you put it together, then you know what I mean, you piece it together that way, instead of literally seeing him come in and place it down.
Yeah, alright, cool.
It'll be a bit too like, oh yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So for now, just shoot it and then he finds the note there. Yeah. What he gave with Life Past 98 was just insane, and we haven't really done a story that progresses quite as much as Life Past 98, and I just found it quite insane, like how much he just did. He didn't really find it challenging. Like it was probably the smoothest video of all the ones we've shot with him so far, and it was probably the most we've put into it. We've put like actors and everything into it, and all the different changes and everything. But honestly, it was the most smoothest process, and I think that's just down to the fact that Matty just knows exactly what he wants from everything. And if I was going to tell anyone why would you work with Matty, I think it's just the fact that he knows what he wants, and majority of the time, like, that's what you need to take from it. Like, it's just really easy to work for.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's that, right? Good. Yep. It's a wrap. Oh man, does it?
Emotional.
No, it's good.
Can't wait for it to be out.
That's a wrap. Yeah, it's true. I got tired of it. Living every day with the same old shit. Hush up, dude, it'll all end soon. At least it wasn't fed with a silver spoon. This is a black country, and it's not for the faint-hearted.